Hi everyone, this is Laura Jackson from Discovering Dyscalculia. As a mom with a daughter with a learning disability, I know it can be hard to figure out how to talk to your child about having a learning disability. When I was curious if my daughter might be dyscalculic and I was just learning about dyscalculia, it was a little confusing to know, should I let my daughter know about what I'm curious about? And as she goes through all these evaluations and tests, how much should she know? And our family opted just for an openness with our daughter. At this point, she was just finishing up third grade when we started the evaluation process. And so she was already noticing that she was not able to keep up with her peers in math and that she was really struggling in math class. And so she was already really upset and asking me, Mommy, am I stupid? Why can't I memorize my times tables? Why am I so bad at math? And so she was already facing a great deal of anxiety about her performance at school. So we opted for just being open with her and saying, you know what? We don't know, but we're here to figure it out with you. And we're going to start by doing some testing and evaluations to figure it out. And one of the things we're wondering about is that we recently learned about something called dyscalculia. And it's considered a learning disability because it impacts your learning. But we don't know if you are dyscalculic or not, but we want to research and find out if you are. And whatever your struggles are, we're here to help you figure them out. So that is how we went about looking into it. So, all from the very beginning, we were using this language, letting her know we were kind of considering this option. She did end up getting diagnosed by a private psychologist with dyscalculia, also known as a specific learning disability with an impairment in math. So, at that point, we really started using the word dyscalculia and just becoming more familiar with it. I think it really helps kids to have a name and a way to describe their struggles. In Brian Butterworth's book, Dyscalculia from Science to Education, he says that most dyscalculics he talks with would rather be labeled dyscalculic than be labeled stupid or lazy or all the other labels that are attached to them when they struggle in math. So it can really help a student's anxiety, and I know it did for my daughter, to have a name for what was going on. And then we could begin the process of learning more about dyscalculia and how it impacted her math and numbers and really everyday life. I know that if your child is different ages, you'll have to come up with different ways to describe a learning disability, or you may describe it as a learning difference. It's somehow that their brain thinks differently about numbers and quantity. And so students like this, not only do they learn different, but they just process the world and the information around them differently than most others. I think it's also important to talk with your child about the things that they're really great at and their strengths and what they bring to it, and how we all have things that are kind of on the spectrum of things we're good at, things we're not good at. So both affirm those things that are really good in them and also let them know you're going to be there for the things that are harder. I know it's not easy, and it's even tricky to learn how to even say the word dyscalculia. I have another YouTube video if you need help knowing how to pronounce it and helping your child pronounce it. If you'd like to learn more, check out my website, discoveringdyscalculia.com, or subscribe here.